Today, we're in Epcot to try all of the new food. From new sandwiches at Sunshine Seasons, to a new dessert in the World Showcase, and even some new food at one of my favorite quick service restaurants, Connections Eatery. We are trying it all. Over the past month, there have been so many new additions to the menus here at Epcot. And you guys know, whenever there's new food at Disney World, I've got to come try it for you. So let's kick things off at a restaurant that rarely sees a menu update, Connections Eatery. A few weeks ago, a new salad was added to the menu, but don't worry, the General Tso's chicken salad is still here, but the other was removed and it was replaced with a new Peruvian salad. The apple pie gelato shake was replaced with a more basic chocolate gelato shake. The kids chicken skewer was replaced with an Uncrustable, and we also have a new Baumkuchen. So, a bunch of updates. I'm gonna order all of the new stuff and let you know if they're worthy replacements. All right, we've picked up all of our new food. Everything is looking good. Everything is looking refreshing, but I think we're gonna do this in reverse. We're gonna start with dessert first with our shake. This Belgian chocolate gelato shake cost me $7.49. I don't think that's an awful price for a milkshake of this size here at Disney World. It's a pretty big, pretty hefty shake here, and it says it's made with gelato. It looks to be very, very rich. You could kind of see the color there. It looks very chocolatey. I think the only time I've actually had one of the milkshakes here from Connections was like the day Connections opened. They actually have a vegan milkshake. I believe it's like a mango coconut milkshake of some sort. And I think I had it here on opening day, and I don't remember what I thought of it. So this is only going to be my second time having one of the milkshakes here. And usually I'm not the biggest fan of the Disney milkshakes, but this one does look good, I must say. So we'll see how it is. The first really good sign with this was that it was so thick that I could barely get it up my straw, which is usually not the case with Disney milkshakes. Usually they're so thin and foamy that they don't even taste like a milkshake. They don't even taste frozen, but that is not the case here. This is a real milkshake. This is real ice cream in here, you can tell for sure. Like I suspected, it's super rich and super chocolatey. You know how sometimes when they say a chocolate milkshake, especially at Disney, it's just vanilla ice cream with like Hershey's chocolate syrup in there? This definitely is not the case with this milkshake here. It is definitely real chocolate ice cream, which I do appreciate, or chocolate gelato. I don't know if there's much of a difference, but it definitely is a solid chocolate shake. I really enjoy this. Is there anywhere else in Epcot that you could get a milkshake? Maybe in France. In the France Pavilion, in the ice cream shop there, do they sell milkshakes? I can't recall, but this is a good milkshake. I'd get this again. If you're craving a milkshake in Epcot, I'd definitely say come over here to Connections and grab this. I believe they still have the vegan one here. They have a vanilla milkshake, and now they have a chocolate one. I don't remember how the apple pie one was because I don't think I ever had it, but I definitely enjoy this Belgian chocolate shake here. Since we started with dessert, let's just continue with dessert. Next, we're going to try the chocolate Baumkuchen. This has a chocolate ganache and whipped cream for $6.49. And how awesome looking is this dessert here? I love the addition of the Mickey on the top, the Mickey chocolate piece. It is so cute. And Baumkuchen, for those of you who may not know, is a German dessert. It is a German tree cake. I believe one of the head pastry chefs here in Epcot is German, so he wanted to bring kind of his signature dessert over here to the park. A couple of years ago, they introduced it here in Connections, and they have a whole station set up over by Connections Cafe by the Starbucks, where you can actually see them making this cake sometimes, and it's called a tree cake. It's also known as a tree cake, and they kind of have a rotating spit where they cook the cake and they kind of layer it, and there's a bunch of different layers in this cake. And what I really enjoy about this cake is that it's not too sweet. If you know me, if you watch my videos, you know that I do not like desserts that are overly sweet and overly sugary. And what I really enjoy about this cake is that it is definitely not too sweet, but it is time to break up the layers here. Oh no, I hate to do it. This is presented so pretty. I don't want to mess it up, but we have to try it out, guys. Oh no, my Mickey fell off too. But look at that. You can kind of get a better look at all of the layers. And there's some type of like icing or filling in between each layer of that cake. And then we've got the chocolate hard shell on the outside and that ganache on the bottom there. We got to go for a dunk in that to get even more chocolate. I love the original Baumkuchen, so let's see how this chocolate one is. I mean, to no surprise, it's delicious. The chocolate on the outside just adds a little bit extra to this cake that I already love here. Now, the cake itself, like I said, it's not super sweet. I'd almost compare it a little bit to like a pound cake or you know, like a pound cake in the way that it's not super sweet. And then the layers in between almost have a little bit of like a citrusy flavor a bit. So that adds just a tiny hint of sweetness. And then that chocolate on the outside is really, really delicious. You know, when they added this to the menu, I was a little worried because they already have the Liege waffle here at Connections, and I love the Liege waffle. That has got to be one of my favorite desserts in the park. So when I heard they were adding another specialty dessert, I was like, oh, it's got to be good if it's going to compete with the Liege waffle. And I think this is worthy. This is an absolutely delicious dessert. It's light, it's bright from that citrus, all those different layers. It's interesting, you know, like this is something that you can't get anywhere else. Have you guys ever seen a Baumkuchen anywhere else before? I didn't even know what it is until they brought it over here to Connections, but ever since they did, I gotta tell you, I'm a Baumkuchen fan. So good. Well, now that we've had a bunch of sweets, it's time for some salad in the Peruvian salad. This has field greens, sweet potatoes, avocado, chuclo, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, onions, drop peppers, conchita, and a spiced sesame vinaigrette for $11.29. Okay, so I definitely had to Google what everything in this salad was, and I found out that chuclo means corn. So we definitely have some corn on the top here that you can see, but then I googled conchita and that means like toasted corn kernels, so I'm not sure if that kind of means the same thing or if we've got, oh yes, look, we've got some fresh corn, some bigger corn kernels in here as well. I'm not seeing, oh here, maybe here's some avocado, but it doesn't look like there's much avocado in here. It doesn't look like there's many toppings in general. Here are those peppers. Those are some interesting peppers. I'm not sure if I've ever had a pepper like that. And then we've only got like 4 chunks of sweet potatoes, so it really doesn't look like there's that many of the toppings. It just looks like a lot of lettuce and not that many toppings, so it looks a little bare if you ask me. Now, although it doesn't look like there's many toppings in this salad, we all know that Connections knows how to do a salad. The General Tso's chicken salad here is one of my favorite salads in all of Disney World. It's one of my go-to foods, one of my go-to meals to eat here in Epcot. I absolutely love it. So they know how to do a salad. We'll see how this Peruvian salad is here. I'm trying to get some of the toppings because like I said, there really isn't many. Every time I go down to get some lettuce, I'm just getting straight up lettuce, no toppings. I'm not having much luck, guys. I guess let's just try the lettuce with the dressing. Okay, I mean, that sesame vinaigrette is excellent. It's really good. It just tastes like sesame oil, maybe a little bit of vinegar. I really like that sesame vinaigrette, actually. A little sweet potato. I mean, they're good. It's just a roasted sweet potato, and it's cold, so that kind of threw me off a little bit. I wish the sweet potato was almost like crispified. I like to cook my sweet potatoes like in the air fryer, so they're a little bit crispy, but these are just like roasted, soft sweet potatoes. So they're fine, and they go really well with the dressing, actually, with that sesame vinaigrette. But I just feel like this isn't filling enough, you know? Like, I just tried a bite with one of those peppers and one of those crunchy corn kernels, and it was really good. Like, these crunchy corn kernels here, they kind of taste like a popcorn kernel when you make popcorn that's like half popped, and it's good. It adds a good crunch to the salad, but I just need like 5 times more than what is actually put in this salad. And there's maybe like 2 chunks of avocado in here. So it's just not enough to make a complete salad. This is a vegetarian option, but with the old vegetarian salad, they had an option to add some tuna on top. And I wish they had an option to add some type of protein on top of this as well, because if they're not going to add enough other vegetables in this, you need to add something else to make it a little bit more filling. So it's good. The flavors are great. I love that dressing, but it just needs something else. So if they up the toppings, let you add a protein to this, I would consider getting it again, but it is definitely not better than the General Tso's chicken salad. But if you are vegetarian and you don't eat meat, like, I would say this is pretty good, but I don't know if you could like ask for extra toppings in this. If you can, that'd be ideal. After some food at Connections, I figured I'd make my way towards the World Showcase, and while making my way over here, I realized that a lot of the Food and Wine Festival booths are up. We've got a little over a month until the Food and Wine Festival begins, and I am so excited. It's been a while since we've had a festival here in Epcot. They kind of gave us this summer off, and with the booths appearing, you guys know I'll be here on opening day covering all of the new food, all of the Food and Wine Festival food for you guys. So the booths kind of got me hyped up, so be on the lookout for my Food and Wine Festival vlog. But I'm making my way towards Norway, and then I realized there is a new margarita at the stand out in Mexico with like a popsicle in it. So I was like, you know what? It is hot out here. I could go for a frozen margarita or a frozen popsicle margarita. Let's go grab that before we get to Norway. Here at Choza de Margarita in the Mexico Pavilion, they have the mango poptail margarita. This has Lalo Blanco tequila, mango, lime, and a tahini rim, topped with a strawberry popsicle for $22. So yes, this is an expensive margarita, no doubt, but it's kind of like getting a margarita and a dessert all in one, because we've got the marg and we've also got an ice pop that is quickly melting because it is so hot out here today, guys. So I feel like we've got to try this ice pop. It's just a strawberry ice pop. There's some ice sticking to my ice pop, but I feel like as the ice pop kind of slowly melts into the mango margarita, it's going to add some additional strawberry flavor that's going to make it taste even better. It's a good strawberry ice pop. I mean, no complaints, but I want to put it back in that margarita because mango and strawberry is such a good flavor combination. So I want it to kind of melt even more into that mango so the flavors could come together and create a magical cocktail. But this is so much fun, and this is perfect for the summer, honestly. Let's try it out. One thing you can always guarantee from any of the drinks you get from the Mexico Pavilion, it's going to be strong. And to no surprise, you know this margarita is it's gonna get you. And you can't really taste the alcohol too much because it is sweet. That mango covers it up well, but I have absolutely zero doubt that this has got a lot of that tequila in here. And I'm happy you could get a mango margarita on the rocks now, because I believe before you could only get it frozen, and I know the frozen margaritas from Choza are super popular, especially that Fiesta Marg. You could get like a lime, strawberry, and mango margarita layered, and that's like one of the most popular drinks in the World Showcase. People love it. I can't do that one. It gives me an instant brain freeze. As delicious as it is, it's not for me, but I love mango. So we could get a mango margarita on the rocks now with a strawberry popsicle, with the tahini. It's delicious as well. This is so fun and a great addition for the summer because, man, it's hot out here. All right, I've got to take my marg to go, though, because we've got to make our way to Norway to get this cinnamon roll. Here at the Kringla Bakery, you can find the all-new cinnamon roll with orange cream cheese icing for $6.99. Oh, man, how good does this look, guys? That icing is just piled so high, and you're probably noticing a second pile of icing on the plate right there. I asked, because I know at a lot of places around Disney World, or actually probably just Gaston's Tavern in the Magic Kingdom where they sell cinnamon rolls, if you ask for an extra side of frosting, they're able to just give it to you at no extra cost. So I wanted to test out the theory and see if it works here in Norway as well. And I asked for an extra side of frosting just in case they didn't give you enough, which it actually turns out they give you plenty on this cinnamon roll. You could see that it was literally stacked high, but you're able to ask for an extra side of frosting and they give it to you at no extra cost here as well. Now, when you do order it, they ask you if you want the frosting on the side or on top. I asked for it on top and they put the extra side on the side, so we have no lack of that orange cream cheese frosting, and that's the part I'm most excited about. Now, the Gaston cinnamon roll, I'm not a big fan of because I just feel like it's too dry and it just tastes like a loaf of bread to me. So I'm not sure how this one here is gonna be. I'm hoping it is not like that, and I'm hoping it's ooey gooey on the inside. That's what I like my cinnamon rolls to be. So let's cut into this one and see what we're working with on the inside. All right, guys, first look at the Norway cinnamon roll cross section. It looks so good from the outside. Let's see if it looks just as good on the inside. This is hard to cut, guys. I'm struggling. Okay. It doesn't look half bad. Not as ooey gooey as I would maybe like, but maybe a little bit better than Gaston's, no? Guys, I got a little of that orange cream cheese frosting on my finger when I picked it up. And to be fully transparent with you, I did lick it off my finger. It was so delicious. So I have a feeling, even if this cinnamon roll is a little bit dry, this frosting is going to help it a ton. Let's try it out. This bite might be too big, but let's just go for it. That cream cheese frosting, man, that cream cheese frosting is to die for. That little pop of fresh citrus in there, so good. And I mean, that cream cheese frosting alone is just delicious. And it's so thick and creamy. Oh my God. And like I said, they do not skimp out on that cream cheese frosting. There is so much of it. And really, like, when you have a cinnamon roll, you need a ton of cream cheese frosting. I hate when you go to a place and get a cinnamon roll and they just put a little bit on. No, you need to load up on the cream cheese frosting. And I also don't like when you get a cinnamon roll and it's not cream cheese frosting. It has to be cream cheese frosting. And when I tell you, this cream cheese frosting, it seriously might be some of the best I have ever had. That orange in there is, oh my gosh. I wonder if you could get it on the side to like dip some of the other pastries in from the Norway bakery, because it's unbelievable. I am not kidding you. The cinnamon roll on its own would be very average, but with that cream cheese frosting, it just takes it to a complete other level. It's definitely like dry on its own, but when you just load up on that cream cheese frosting, I mean, how can you go wrong? And I don't know if they always put as much frosting on the cinnamon rolls as they did with mine, but if they do, you honestly don't even need the extra frosting. I didn't know what the situation was gonna be here, because usually, like I said, usually they don't give you enough. But if they put as much all the time, if they put as much as they did with mine all the time, you really don't need the extra. So maybe just see how much they give you, and if they don't give you enough for your liking, then maybe ask for a little bit additional on the side. But I definitely have a lot of cream cheese frosting here to eat, but it's definitely the best part. So if you're wondering, yeah, I'd get this cinnamon roll again, just for frosting purposes. I feel like I've said frosting 100 times, but well, guys, I almost lost track of time. We've got to head back to the front of the park because our final stop, which is going to be Sunshine Seasons, actually closes or stops food service at 4 o'clock. It's about 3:30. And like I said, we've got some food to try there, some new food to try there. So let's head over to Seasons. Wow, I am so happy to be inside in the air conditioning in the Land Pavilion here at Seasons. And you may remember, we were at Sunshine Seasons not too long ago because they introduced a new churro milkshake with a bunch of fun toppings. And I really enjoyed all the different toppings on it. But now they have some new sandwiches on the menu as well as another new dessert. But these sandwiches, I'm loving the idea of sandwiches here at Seasons. I feel like in general, there aren't enough sandwiches sandwiches on the menu at the different quick service restaurants around Disney World. And we have a caprese sandwich as well as a new roast beef sandwich, which I think we're going to start with. This is the hot roast beef sandwich. It has hot roast beef with fried onions, arugula, and a horseradish cream sauce on sourdough bread with your choice of chips or a side salad for $13.99. And let me just tell you, this sandwich is absolutely loaded. There is so much beef on here, all those onions, all that horseradish cream sauce, and it's a sour cream based sauce, but this looks absolutely delicious. The roll looks nice and crusty. I can't wait to get into this, and I love that it's served with, like, you can get a salad as well, because you always end up eating too many fries at the quick service restaurants around Disney World, but this looks amazing. Let's try it out. This sandwich is definitely really good. I'd say the first thing that kind of stood out to me on this sandwich is that horseradish cream sauce. It is really good, and I wish there was maybe even a little bit more of that sauce on here. The beef isn't much like you know how roast beef is usually like shaved? This is more of a pulled beef opposed to a shaved beef. And I wish this also had some maybe provolone or some type of cheese on this as well. I feel like this would benefit from a little bit of melty cheese on it, but that sour cream sauce is really delicious, and I feel like it pairs really well with that peppery, fresh arugula on here. The roll itself is really good. Like I said, it's got a nice crusty roll. I love a good crusty, hard roll. It doesn't taste much like a sourdough roll like it says it was supposed to be. It tastes more like almost like a French roll kind of, but it's really good. It's a solid option here at Sunshine Seasons. It's served with a little salad here. There's just a couple of grape tomatoes and some cucumbers along with some balsamic dressing on our salad. Pretty basic, but like I said, I like that you get a salad opposed to just fries all the time. They don't have fries at Sunshine Seasons. You could choose chips instead of a salad, but I'm good with the salad here. It's a good pairing. I mean, I feel like in general, this is just a fresher option compared to all the heavy foods you're gonna eat on a trip to Disney World. And a lot of the food here at Sunshine Seasons is made fresh, made in-house. Just like this caprese sandwich we're about to try. This has fresh mozzarella, tomato, and pesto on multi-grain bread with, again, your choice of chips or a side salad for $11.99. This sandwich is hot and fresh off the griddle. They were literally pressing these on the flat top as I was walking up, and I had to wait a little bit for this sandwich, which I love to see. You know, a lot of times at quick service restaurants, the food is just sitting there in a fryer waiting for you to pick up, and I just love that about Sunshine Seasons. We've got the ton of mozzarella on here. Like this, usually caprese sandwich is like light. No, this is like a hefty caprese sandwich. There is so much mozzarella on there. The bread is nice and toasted. This looks delicious, and I love a caprese sandwich, so I'm excited for this. I'm not kidding when I say this. This is probably one of the better caprese sandwiches I have had in recent memory. This is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, I was worried about the multi-grain bread because usually a caprese sandwich, you don't really see it on like a pressed multi-grain, right? You usually see it on like a ciabatta. And I mean, even usually it's typically served cold. It's not always served hot, but I mean, this is just perfection right here. That multi-grain bread on its own is just really, really good. The seeds on there, oh my gosh. The seeds add like almost a nuttiness in addition to the nuttiness from the pesto. That is just delicious. And like I said, the amount, I gotta show you guys the amount of mozzarella in this sandwich. Hold on. And mind you, I've already eaten like an entire chunk of mozzarella out of this half. Like I've already eaten a bunch out. There is so much mozzarella in this sandwich, which when you get a caprese sandwich, that's what you want. Like mozzarella is the best part of a caprese sandwich. So you want all that melty, or that not even melty mozzarella, but that's good. The proportion of mozzarella to tomato to pesto is perfect. And I gotta say, Do you guys remember when I had that caprese sandwich from over at the cake bake shop that I paid what'd I pay? Almost like $30 for? This is like 10 times better than that caprese sandwich, and this was what? Like $12? I mean, this is absolutely delicious. This is probably the best thing I've eaten all day. And it's so basic and it's so simple. It's so easy to make, but it's just executed to absolute perfection. The only thing that stinks is Sunshine Seasons closes at 4 o'clock. So you can only get the sandwich until 4 o'clock. But wow, that's so good. And again, it's something that's like lighter. And it's not something that's going to make you like sluggish for the rest of the day. It's like good to have on a hot day, you know? This sandwich is delicious. But on to our final food of the day, our pistachio Mickey macaron. This here cost me $5.79. Now I gotta tell you, I was so excited when I saw this on the menu here at Seasons. If you didn't know, over in Disneyland, they have so many different kinds of macarons on the menu all across property, and they always have fun different specialty macarons in different like shapes, flavors, fun different characters. They have like a Baymax one, of course the raspberry rose Mickey macaron from Jolly Holiday, one of my favorites. It is one of my favorite sweet treats at Disneyland. It is so delicious and fresh tasting. So when I saw this pistachio one here, it like looks like the same shape as the rose one in Disneyland, and I was like so psyched. And I love pistachio flavor, and pistachio is having its moment right now, so this looks good. I've heard great things, so I cannot wait to dig into this. Ears first, you know the drill. That is insane. I don't know if it's too soon to call it. I don't know if I'm crazy for saying this, but that might be even better than the raspberry rose Mickey macaron from Jolly Holiday. Am I crazy for saying this? Is there anyone else who has tried both this pistachio one and the raspberry rose one that could tell me if I'm crazy or not? But like, this is insane. Maybe it's just because I like pistachio flavor more than raspberry flavor. And don't get me wrong, I love those like fresh raspberries in the other macaron. But there's just something about that nutty, savory, almost salty pistachio flavor. It's almost like addicting. The macaron itself, the shell, is so soft and crumbly and almost buttery. It's perfection. And then the cream on the inside, it's not overly sweet, but again, it just has that perfect consistency and that perfect pistachio flavor that is just like crave-worthy. And I mentioned pistachios having its moment, and what I really mean is Dubai chocolate is having its moment in the chocolate pistachio flavor. I feel like the only thing that can make this better, and this is insane on its own, but the only thing that could make this better is if they made it a Dubai chocolate Mickey macaron. So Disney, Sunshine Seasons, if you're listening, put some chocolate, put some kataffi in here. I mean, a Dubai chocolate Mickey macaron would be, I cannot even imagine how insanely delicious that would be. On its own, this is a 10 out of 10. Like, I said the caprese was the best thing we had all day. I saved the two best things for last, because I think this pistachio here might be taking the cake. Wow. This is so good, but add some chocolate and some of that crunchy kataffi in there, and it would just like take it to the next level. But as it is, perfection. Like, you have to come try this. I don't know if this is seasonal or if this is permanent or what. They're going to be changing up the macarons here at Seasons, but I don't know if Disneyland gave them a call and gave them their macaron recipe or something, but this Sunshine Seasons got it right with this. This is This is amazing. Well, that is going to do it for us here today in Epcot. I think we're getting out of here actually just before the rain begins. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know down below in the comments which of the new foods I tried today that you want to try the most. There were so many good things that we tried today. My favorites probably being the stuff at the end there at Sunshine Seasons. That pistachio macaron and that caprese sandwich were absolutely delicious. My top two of the day. Thank you to everyone over on Patreon. I appreciate all of your support. If you don't already and you enjoy honest Disney food reviews, make sure you hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.